Okay, so this is my bustle kit. So when I'm going to mark someone's bustle, I have this with me. And when I go and finish the bustle, I have this with me. So it's all in one place, and I don't have to worry about gathering these things together because some of them are bustle specific for me. Um, of course, I have some pens, and there's some straight pens right there. In here are a variety of safety pins, and if you know me by now, you know I like safety pins to mark things with because it stays there, right? It doesn't go away. Um, I don't have to worry about when I move it that this pin will slip out, okay? This is actually just a little felt pad that I keep my needles on. And I see here I'm down to like 3 needles. Um, this is a very thin beading needle that sometimes I need because I am replacing beads or something where I'm placing the bustle. But just in case, I have that there. These two other needles also are fairly thin. This one does have a larger eye, so I can put a lot of thread through it. And so I keep all of these needles right here so that they're there when I want to open up. The one thing that's important about the needles is I can go through this pearl, and I can go through it like with all of I have 4 threads here, actually a buttonhole thread. I can go through this 3 times with this needle. So that's why I don't, it's my bustle specific needle and I want to keep it here and not lose it or whatever. So some of the next things I have here, these are covered buttons. These can be purchased in multiples, and these have a bridal satin on them. So sometimes these are used in bustling. These are my little pearls, and I will tell you, I believe I got these pearls at a big discount store. And it was not only about the pearl, but it was about how big the hole was, right? Here are buttons. Buttons are used for a couple of things. They can be used to put a bustle onto, or they can be used to reinforce at the back of our pearl or something. We're going to show that a little bit later, how I use this. And then I have a measuring tape, okay? Never know when you might need that, but then I don't have to go look for it. Here I have some bridal beads. Sometimes when I am in the midst of doing something, I might be taking some beads off or something, so I just shove them in here in case I want them later, and they're there. I don't use that often. Oh, another thing. So here is a hook and eye, and these happen to be white, and they're a size 1 and a size 2, which are kind of big. So sometimes on a slim skirt with a not too big or extravagant train, you might just be using a hook and eye to just barely lift that up. Not something heavy, and you don't need a lot of mechanisms to keep it up there to hold it up. And then I have ribbon. Okay, so here's the ribbon that these aren't open. Here's the ribbon that I've opened. What size is it? Like 3/8 or something? Does it say? Maybe I should measure it for you. But, size is sort of arbitrary, but where's my measuring tape? This is the size I like. I don't like it to be real thick. This is actually 1/4, it looks like. So it's a 1/4 inch wide. What I have here is I have an ivory color and I have a white color, and I tend to match it to the dress, even though it doesn't show. I also have some pink in here. Sometimes you may want to color code your ribbon that you're using to bustle, and this ribbon will be under the dress. That's another place you can also sneak a blue for the something blue for a bride if you want to. But generally, I'm happy with the two ivory and white colors. This is an empty spool. I guess I can throw it away. Also, I have buttonhole thread. This is heavy, heavy waxed buttonhole thread. This thread is old, but there's no way I can break it. And I wind up using many strands of this to hold the bustle or parts of the bustle that I need, so because I don't want this to break, right? The other thing that I don't have here, that sometimes I have in here and sometimes I don't, is a piece of cotton organdy, because I may want to reinforce the bustle if it's not on like a seam or enough layers of fabric, just in case I'm afraid it might pull through that fabric. I'll put a little patch of cotton organdy. Always have my metrazine just in case, who knows. But this is basically their almost white. This is nice. I don't think this is their brightest white. I think it's the next one down. And a pair of scissors. I also have a pair of little goofy scissors in here. I don't know. I don't really seem to use those, but I guess I had them in there once and I never took them out. So that is my bustle kit. Now, I don't do this a lot anymore. Your bustle kit may evolve into something else, but I do suggest you have one. I think it's easy. Another thing that you may want to put in here is like a marker or a pen and paper, or a marker where you can even mark on the fabric or the dress. I tend to use these for my markers, but sometimes you might want to write yourself a note if there's something in particular about the bustle that's not common to what you usually do. So it's not a bad idea to have a little tablet in here and a scissors or a writing utensil. Now, I usually have that with me anyway. That's like, I always plan on having to take notes or make a note and attach it to whatever I'm doing. That's your bustle kit.